The business that we have chosen to do our cultural audit on is the John Lewis Partnership. Waitrose and Partners first appeared on our high streets in 1904 when Wallace Waite, Arthur Rose and David Taylor opened their first shop in Acton. High standards and keen pricing ensured that the business grew and grew. After 2 years, Taylor left the business, leaving Waite and Rose to form Waitrose in 1908. By the early 1970s, there were 50 branches, meaning that distribution centre in Bracknell was set up. By 2004, the division had over 200 branches. By this time, the Letchford Farm estate had been acquired and was now part of Waitrose and Partners, as it still is today, providing fresh local produce to its stores. As a partnership, employees receive a bonus at the end of the financial year. Each employee gets the same percentage. This is a percentage of their wage or salary. Over the past decade, this has been between 9 and 22%.
In the 1980s, psychologist Edgar Schein of the Sloan School of Management developed a model for understanding and analyzing organizational culture. Organizational culture was divided into 3 levels: artifacts, values, and assumptions. Firstly, artifacts represent the most visible layer of organizational culture and are evident in things outsiders can see, such as furniture, physical workplace arrangements, uniforms, language, and many more. Secondly, values are the company's declared values and norms. Values affect how members interact and represent the organization. Values provide a mechanism through which a senior manager can exercise their influence on employees that are in line with the organization's views. Values are usually reinforced in public declarations, such as their core values. Finally, assumptions are the belief and behaviors of the organization. Basic assumptions are the essence of culture and how values and artifacts are able to structure themselves. However, when the 3 levels are not aligned, this can result in a conflict within the organizational culture. A successful organizational culture brings together employees and keeps them aligned with the organization's expectations on how to behave and function together.
The most visible tier of Schein's framework for organizational culture is the level labelled as artifacts. This aspect represents factors such as the aesthetics of the store and the workforce. This tier can be compared to the tip of an iceberg, as to some, this will be the only visible part of the culture. This is crucial to Waitrose as their unique selling point is their service. This allows Waitrose to charge inflated prices, increasing their profit margins. Waitrose was acknowledged by Which as being the second most expensive supermarket store for February 2019. Having spoken to a previous member of staff at Waitrose, they highlighted that strict uniform standards, high service quality expectations, but a fun and friendly workforce as all being components of the visible culture at Waitrose. Waitrose was ranked first for customer service in a 2015 survey conducted by Which. In a statement, a previous employee described the staff members as being the friendliest people you're ever going to meet. It is likely that this positive, visible part of the culture is one of the main attractions to their large, loyal customer base, which was acknowledged by Market Force as being top for customer loyalty in 2015.
The second level for Schein's framework for culture deals with what is known as the espoused values. The John Lewis Partnership has even gone as far as to create a company constitution that outlines their principles, rules, and governance systems.
This constitution refers to the expressed beliefs about how the work should be done. This is intended to guide employee behaviour to embody the philosophies and accepted ways to act within the organisation. The partnership uses material like this because it is a constant reminder of the core values and beliefs.
The history of the company can be found throughout the stores and offices so that the employees feel reignited to champion these values.
The John Lewis Partnership have a set of 5 values which they state were created by the partners for the partners. These values are as follows: do right, all or nothing, give more than you take, be yourself always, we not me.
This really shows how much of an inclusive culture John Lewis have built, and as a result they were voted Best UK Retailer to Work For in 2018.
Shared basic assumptions are an invisible determinant into an organization's culture, language, and behavior, which can be found in both its history and context. It is an important consideration for business owners to also have, as it can be a prevailing method in which employees conduct themselves in the long run. The reason why it's so important is because employees are, by extension, ambassadors of the company in which they operate in. meaning their behavior, whether it be learned from a workplace or an employee, will be used to judge the company and not themselves. This effect is offset by the partners by stressing to their employees the importance of being courteous, honest, and respectable, both to themselves and to customers. These values can be found both in the history of the companies and the legal document which binds their partnership together. It can be said that this profitability and success of the partnership can be attributed to their investment into the formation of such a strong organizational culture, one of which that they claim will be dedicated to be unchanging in the years to come.